Okay, so here we go. Welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and tonight we're going to be doing the full review episode of the Kavanagh Irish Whiskey. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome. Come on in, get comfortable. This may be something, I don't know, worth watching. All my you know what I'm saying, all my returning viewers, you know it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's do it to it, shall we? So Kavanagh Irish Whiskey, they use ex-bourbon casks, no age statement. Yeah, only thing I could pull out of them was they use cereal grains. So yeah, there it is. Mr. Randy paid just a little over $20 out the door for this bottle. It is 40% ABV. Let's go ahead and take a good look. 40% ABV, 80 proof. Get that side. You know what that is. If you know, you know. Let's get a look at the back side because everyone loves a good look at the back side. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. It is a twisted metal cap, so unfortunately, no cork pop. Oh, might have pushed it a little, but it is what it is. So, if you're new to the channel, you might not have noticed when I did the off the rip video. So Mr. Randy does a 3-part series when he does a whiskey, wine, libations of sorts review. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, pour it in a bottle, have my first impression, share it with you, because gosh darn it, I love you. Part 2, halfway down the bottle, we'll stop, we'll leave it 1 week, 2 weeks. Destiny always overrides me. I go online, I find as little as possible, and this bottle definitely classifies. I come back, we talk about it, I score it, and we continue to move on because, you know, part 3, final pour, thusly named. We have the final pour in the glass compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. Kavanagh has a few different expressions. I won't get into them now, but I think there's 4 because this is a Total Wine and More exclusive. You can only get it from them. I'm pretty sure, as far as I know, I've never seen this before. I moved to San Antonio. We're going to take a look at this. This is a nice golden color, but hey, let's break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. Off screen, off camera, I'm going to nail this at I know it's kind of odd to get it that way. What do you think? So it's either a medium brown or a deep brown. Either way, it seems to be a brown. So let's go ahead and move on, shall we? Awesome. Awesome blossom. I had one of those about a week ago. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. Just a little over $20 out the door, 40% alcohol by volume. On the nose, I am getting toffee, coffee, butterscotch, vanilla caramel, tangerine. Hold on a second. Now, if you know Mr. Randy's history, you know that Grandpa Tootin, he had some cattle, he had some cows, and he was best friends with someone who had an orchard of tangerines. I'm not getting any tangerines off of this, so I guess that's as far as the tablet's going to be concerned. There's a little bit of oddness in this nosing character. I don't know. The nosing isn't that bad. If you've seen the off the rip video, I pegged this at something as artificial flavoring, like especially the caramel. There's something definitely not kosher in this bottle. Yeah, there's something off the rip was a little bit pungent, a little bit stronger. Now we're at the full review. While we're at that point, go ahead and say Mr. Randy does a 3-part series off the rip. Get it home, crack it open, have a first pour, share it with you. That's what we do. Part 2, halfway down, stop if we can. We go online, find as little as possible, come back, and we talk about it. I score it. We continue to drink it because part 3, final pour, thusly named, all the way down here. We compare that to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. I don't know. This has a sort of cologne, like a mild, spicy sort of sweetness cologne. Like I've never worn anything like this, but it's not horrible as I would say off the rip was, but being like some kind of artificial sweetener off the rip, the nose now kind of like mellowed out. It's not too bad. But let's go ahead and get that first palating on there. Yeah, it's more on the palate now. Full show. There's some kind of weird artificial sweetener, caramel flavoring. It's just not jamming. It's not jiving with me at all. This is the one bottle out of all the bottles I did in the March Madness, not basketball, but just plainly in March. And then do the Irish History Month. This is probably going to fall flat to the bottom of the list. I'm just not enjoying this bottle. But I suffer from my craft, so here we go. I mean, there's some decent stuff in the background, but whatever it is that just giving me this artificial sweetness, artificial caramel, it's bumming me out, man. It's bumming me out. So let's take a look at this and see what you think about the viscosity. And there's some thin legs, but there's plenty of them there, right? I mean, it transfers well enough to the mouth, but I can't get past those two problematic points. Artificial sweetener, artificial flavoring. Knowing that this is a label that has been done independently by Total Wine and More, I couldn't find enough information to make a clear statement that this is probably a sourced whiskey. But you know how it is. I mean, those of us that know, you know, it's probably most likely it is a source whiskey. And then they probably add color and they add a little sweetener and they add a little flavoring to just sell it, right? But there it is. Let me go ahead and do the finish on this and we'll move on. Nope, I did not like that at all. I did not like that at all. If I'm a snob for not liking that, then I guess I'm a snob. I have drank some pretty mild and bottom shelf, practically laying and rolling around on the floor, bottles of whiskey, libations of sort. This is definitely never going to be on the lips again, ever. It tastes artificial. It really tastes artificial, like artificial flavoring, artificial sweetener. I don't know. I couldn't find enough about it to verify everything that I'm saying about it. That's unfortunate, is what it is. But that kind of goes with it all, right? Because if you have something that doesn't have its own independent labeling, when a company such as, I don't know, Total Wines decides they want to slap a snazzy looking label on a bottle of juice, but then say, oh, I guess the juice is good enough. I don't know. But there's like 4 other labels with the Kavanagh. This one doesn't make me want to try any one of them. There's 3 more. I don't want to try them. It's kind of like the, let me move you out of the way just a bit. The Kilburn right here. It's a sherry scotch finish. I didn't like that, but you know what I did? I went ahead and I tried the OG original Irish whiskey, and actually I prefer that. That's very much better than the sherry cask finish. This does not make me want to even think about trying anything else. But if you've tried the Kavanagh, you've tried the other offerings of it, and you think, hey, one of these is tons better than this one, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. Maybe I'll think about it. I don't know. The finish is relatively a little bit long on the effects. On the back end, you're getting probably a 1.5. The cheeks are probably 1, sub 1. The lips, no. The gums, no. The tongue, no. It's just, I don't know what to say. Probably mostly ethanol at the base of this was pushing this. And then basically that it's a $20, maybe a sub $20 bottle. I can get much better for this. So the finish, yeah, there it is. My score, buckle up, Buttercup, because here it comes. I'm going to give this a solid 1 out of 5. Yes, sir. I have not been this low. I have not been this low on the scoring range, and I don't know when. I can't even remember when I went down to the 1 category, the 1 column. Good Lord, here we are. Bruh. No, thank you very much. This absolutely tastes like artificial from off the rip, midsection, and I guarantee you, by the time we get to the final pour, it's just going to get worse. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you run across something that just does not jive. It's definitely not jiving with me. My fair price for this, you couldn't pay me to drink this. And I paid for this bottle. I paid just over $20 for this bottle. You could not pay me $20 to drink a second bottle of this. No sorry, Bobski. It ain't happening. So there it is. Would I buy this again? I don't think I need to say that. Well, there it is. In the comment section, do me a favor. Let me know how crappy you think the Kavanagh is. Or, I know a couple of whiskey tubers that actually do kind of like this. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Yeah.